Hello everyone, welcome to Ilian in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Andrew. Andrew is from England in the UK. So let's see what Andrew has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Andrew, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
That's okay, no worries.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
No, my day's going really well. I've been off today, so just getting things done and getting myself sorted. Mm.
And where are you from?
I'm from the UK, England,
Yeah. Where's about in England are you based?
Wigan.
How far are you from London?
So I'm near. It's Manchester, like Manchester way.
I
Yeah.
see. And that's the place where you're born and raised?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So tell me, what was the best part of growing up there? Tell me something interesting about the place where you were born.
The best part. Most people would say there isn't much, but the best part about growing up in Wigan, probably it's known for pies.
Okay,
It's quite famous for its pies, yeah, I would say.
I see. And I believe so you're very close to Manchester then.
Yes, definitely.
I see. And tell me, what do you do for work, for living?
So I'm a support worker in a children's residential home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So tell me a
yeah,
little bit
it's
about your job.
So I work in a solo 2-to-1 home, supporting vulnerable children with mental health issues or trauma issues, and it can be quite challenging. It's 24-hour shifts.
Wow.
So I do that, and I also volunteer at an organisation called George House Trust, and they support people living with HIV. And I also I'm going to be starting my master's degree in September in integrative psychotherapy to become a psychotherapist.
Wow. Actually, I made a note here of those, careers that you are doing right now, and I think it's very fascinating. You were able to do different things and the same time as well helping people. I think it's great what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
So tell me, when was the opportunity for you to start, helping people regarding HIV as an advocate? Tell me, when was the idea for you to start this journey?
So I went through quite a dark road, as you can imagine, like being diagnosed. I didn't handle it quite well, and it created a divide between myself and my family, particularly my relationship with my dad and myself became quite stagnant. And I went through a place of like drinking and experimenting with drugs and like really destroying myself because my mental health wasn't in the best place with the diagnosis. And then I really just got my act together, and I decided to get sober and take care of myself better, and I wanted to make a positive impact in other people's lives with what I'd experienced. And I thought if I handled it quite badly, and I was about, I think, 28 years old when I was diagnosed, I feared for people being diagnosed who were like 15, 16, very young and didn't have any support. And then when I went through George House Trust and I was able to meet other people with similar backgrounds and experiences as myself, I wanted to be able to use my platform to help others and go down positive speaking and become a peer mentor to other young people and adults alike. And so that's where it came from, really, where I decided I wanted to share it on a broader platforms such as TikTok and Instagram and try and get a conversation across to eradicate discrimination and stigma.
Amazing. I think again, what you're doing, Andrew, is something very inspiring because there is still a big stigma. I think HIV nowadays, it's people that are more educated, we are more understanding about it, but of course, there is still a stigma that needs to be broken. So I think people like you,
Absolutely.
of course, you're exposing yourself. I got goosebumps now because it's really powerful. Because people like you are literally sharing your experience. You are exposing yourself out there, and I think not everyone who are brave to do that, because it's not easy for you to expose yourself. It's a private event, and you decide to do that at the same time as well, helping people and give more information away. I think it's amazing.
Thank you very much. And I have noticed that I'm getting a lot of young gay men in particular sending me private messages via TikTok, just saying that they've just been recently diagnosed. And by me being brave and owning my diagnosis, it's helped them to realize that there doesn't need to be a stigma there. I completely respect that everyone's on their own journey. And believe me when I say it took me a long time to get to a place where I felt comfortable to share it, because I'd experienced a lot of stigma myself and a lot of judgment. But I feel like I'm in a place now where I've got thick skin and I'm not ashamed at all of my diagnosis. It's not who I am, it's just a part of me. And I feel like if I can get that message across that it's nothing to be feared, like the U equals you, so untransmittable, undetectable. I think that's such an important message. And, once you are taking your medication daily, it can't be transmitted. And that's so important for people to understand. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of view so far, okay?
Okay, no worries.
Andrew, so before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Okay, so something interesting about myself is that I go by as being a psychic medium. So I believe from a young age that I was able to connect to spirit. And I, for a long time, was running a psychic medium business where I would give angel card readings to people, positive messages, but then I would also connect to people's loved ones. So,
Amazing. Oh, wow. And how long have you been doing
yeah.
that for?
Since I would say since about 15 years old, and I'm 30 now, so
Wow.
most of my life, really.
Andrew, you're a busy man. I can see. My God, you do a lot.
Yeah. Anything that involves helping people, I'm there.
Amazing. Andrew, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I've got him a best friend. Full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax before the first question, all right?
Okay. Okay, no worries.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay, no worries.
First question for you is, what is your idea of a perfect day?
My idea of a perfect day would be waking up in a different country. So let's go with Australia.
Wow.
And waking up by the beach, going surfing, maybe crashing in some waves, having some nice seafood, some cocktails, mocktails in my situation, and just soaking up the sun and just being by nature and water. So being very at one with nature and just enjoying it. Yeah, that would be a perfect day for me. Maybe have a nice book by my side to read.
Amazing. And why Australia? Just because of the weather, because of the nature?
So I have backpacked Australia previously for 6 months,
Okay.
and I had an amazing experience while I was out there. It was a solo trip, and it was incredible.
Wow. And when you look back through those, this time in Australia, what's the biggest outcome of it? What did you learn through that journey in Australia?
The biggest outcome for me was probably learning about the Aboriginal tribe I had a partner there briefly while I lived over there who was Aboriginal, and he educated me that there's so much discrimination and that Australia was once predominantly owned by the Aborigines until Captain Cook came over and took over, and there was a lot of discrimination. And Australia Independence Day is heavily sort of rioted by the Aborigines in a professional and respectable way, but just I think not a lot of people understand the discrimination that goes on there. So I really came to understand and learn about that. So yeah.
Interesting. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Andrew, next question is, what are you most passionate about?
I am most passionate about making a difference in this world. I feel that I'm here for a short time only, and we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So I'm passionate about making a difference in my life, but also in other people's, because I feel that I came here for a reason, and we're not here to be selfish. We're here to make a difference and be one within our community.
And saying that, when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being Andrew? What do you like the most about being you?
I would say bringing my own unique energy and personality into people's lives, making people laugh, lighting up a room, and encouraging people to bring their best selves. I would say that's what is the best part about being.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. When you were adjusting the camera, I could see there was somebody there. Who is that?
It's my cousin.
Hello, cousin.
Hi.
Amazing. Before the next question, Andrew, as in the beginning of the interview, you open up about your let's say challenge regarding chemsex, regarding drugs, regarding you expose yourself, let's say, to a challenge journey, yeah. And now you are in a totally different place right now. Tell me, for you, when was the moment that you thought, okay, I need to change my life, I need to change this journey, I cannot carry on being like that? There was something that happened, or you just felt like, okay, it's time to change now?
So for me, it was the weekend of celebrating my 30th birthday, and it was August time. I was out with my some of my family, so my sister, some friends, and we were drinking quite heavily. And I remember feeling quite suicidal and just wanting to die. And I remember saying to my sister, I'm so sorry that you've made so much effort for my birthday, but I'm just so miserable, and I feel disgusting. I feel like I've got this diagnosis. I had a broken relationship with family. I felt lost. And that night I made plans to end my life. But I do believe that, so a friend texted me randomly checking in just to ask me how I was, and it saved my life that night. And I ended up going home and meeting with that friend the next day. And they basically were quite upset with me, not angry at me, but just concerned for my well-being and wanting me to get better. So I made a promise to them that night that I would get sober and that I would change my life and make something of it, and hopefully be able to support other people with what I was experiencing at the time. So I'm almost a year sober now, and I kept my promise. And it just made me really, just stop hanging around with people who didn't value me as a person. I've been celibate as well almost a year, so I just really took care of my mental and physical health. And then that's when I came in contact with George House Trust, and sort of the balls started to roll in a positive way. So that's how it happened.
Amazing. And when you look back there, what through that journey, what's the positive message or the positive outcome that you learned through that challenge journey in your life?
I think the positive message that I learned from that was just to keep going. I've experienced a lot of adversities in my life, and I felt like that was the straw that almost broke the camel's back, as the saying goes. But I feel that if I would have just given up in that moment, I wouldn't have achieved all of the things that I've achieved leading up to now. Even speaking with yourself, had I have given up, this conversation would never have happened, and I wouldn't have made positive impacts in people's lives as I have now. So I would say to that person then, don't give up, and just to keep going, really, and because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So.
All right. Next question is, tell us about your earliest memory in life.
My earliest memory in life was probably 5 years old, and I was playing in my grandparents' garden in the sunshine. We had like a swing set, and it was in the 90s. And I was probably the happiest I've ever been, and I felt very carefree. I was running around the grass with no shoes on, like feeling the grass between my feet, and just feeling very blessed and very happy, and not having any worries. It was a great time. Yeah.
And which person in your family you feel more close to, you are more connected with?
Probably my cousin who I live with and my sister, I would say. Yeah, we're very close.
Amazing. Next question, let's do it. Next question is, where are you planning to go for your next holidays?
So I'm planning on going to Stitches. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's quite a gay populated country, somewhere very carefree, very chill vibes. It would either be there or Berlin in Germany. Again, for the same reason, it's very gay friendly and it's very accepting. And there's a lot to offer as well, a lot of culture, a lot of history. So.
And for you growing up, how was for you growing up as a gay boy? Did you have the support of your family? It was quite tricky. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
It was quite challenging, actually. I was always quite open and honest at the fact that I was gay. I realised that I was gay in year 6 in primary school, so I would have been in probably 10 years old. And I got bullied quite heavily in high school, and my grandparents were quite religious growing up, so they would often tell me that I was going to go to hell for being gay. It was quite a scary time for me. I will say though that when I did have contact with my dad, he was very accepting of me. And my cousin's family, so his mum, my auntie, they were all very accepting and allowed me to express myself in a very feminine way. I was a very camp little boy. I loved to experiment with drag and like makeup and things like that. So it was very conflicting. I had like a side that was very not very accepted, and then there was the side that was. So yeah.
And so for you, there was a day that you came out, or they understood very, you didn't need to, because they understood that you were a gay guy, a gay boy at the time?
Yeah, definitely. So they were quite understanding 2020. Okay, good.
Yeah. So you're saying that your family, you're obvious, they didn't need to come out. They kind of understood that you were a gay boy at the time.
Yes, that's correct.
I see. Okay. Ready for another question?
Brilliant.
Let's do it. Next one.
Okay.
Before the next question, of course, it's visible, your tattoos, your beautiful tattoos that you have. I could see in your arms, I could see here under, behind your ears.
Thank you.
Tell me which one, it's the very first one you ever had, which one is the latest one, and this third part of the question is, which one is the most meaningful one?
So the first one I've ever had, I have a peace sign on my stomach, and I got that done when I was 18 years old, and it was just to symbolize peace and freedom, and I hate anything to do with war, so that's what that meant to me. My most recent one is probably the one on the side of my head that's healing, and that was just me being rebellious, I think, and just wanting to completely change my aesthetic and be a little bit punk rock type vibes. And my most meaningful, it'd be hard to show you because I've got my hoodie on, but I've got on my arm some handwriting that my nan wrote me. It's her actual handwriting, my nan who brought me up, and I see her as like a mother figure, and she just wrote me a lovely message in a memory album. So that's my most meaningful. Yeah.
Wow. And are you planning for a next one?
Yes, I'm actually at the tattoo studio tomorrow, and I'm getting some of my sleeve done, so some work on that on my arm. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, what's the soundtrack of your life and why?
The soundtrack of my life. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it, but I would probably say maybe Demi Lovato Warrior. Just it's a very powerful song, and it symbolizes going through difficult times but still remaining strong. So yeah.
Wow. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, tough question now.
Okay.
If your plane was going down and you could call just one person to say goodbye, which person that would be and why?
It would be my sister, and I would just want her to know how much she means to me and to stay strong and know that she'll be okay without me, and just to thank her for being my best friend.
What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
The biggest difference between me and my sister is that she is very social, and she's very she cares what people think. She's very popular. She's got a lot of friends, people who really look up to her. Whereas I'm very reclusive, and I really like my own time, and I can find people quite draining sometimes. So that would be the biggest difference between us.
And the biggest similarity?
Biggest similarity, I would say that we both have a dark sense of humor. Things that probably shouldn't make us laugh really make us laugh. Yeah.
What's her name?
Melissa.
Let's see, Melissa is watching this interview right now, right this moment, and you have opportunity and to send her a message, to say something to her. What would you say? She's watching now.
I would probably just say to Melissa that you are very inspiring, and I admire your work ethic and how amazing you are as a mom. And I feel very lucky and privileged to have you as my sister, and that I love you very much. Yeah.
Sweet. I can see her smiling right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Next question. Andrew, before the next one, tell me a little bit more about your gift that you said when you were 15 years old, you realized that, you have this, this gift of, seeing, helping people through cards, through angels, through spirits. So tell me a little bit about the journey. When did you realize that? And how do you deal with that through your life?
So I realized that I could speak to spirits when I started to see people's energies and auras, and I would often get messages from spirit. And then I just naturally was drawn to getting angel cards and like learning how to read them, learning the craft. And then it just developed from there. So people would ask me to do them readings, and they become very accurate. And then I started to connect to people's loved ones. So that's how it started for me. And in a lot of ways, I feel like it saved my life, being connected to spirit and going through dark times and having that connection. And the way that I feel it is a part of my life now is just I naturally feel like my guardian angels around me and guiding me on the right path and steering me away from anything that might cause me harm. So yeah, I'm very, very spiritual. Yeah.
Wow. And you daily, you have this kind of connection with energy. You can see and you can feel what's happening around you, or it doesn't happen every day?
Absolutely, it happens every day. I often know if I need some alone time to get my energy back on track, but I surround myself with like crystals, and I I engage a lot with like witchcraft in a very therapeutic and nature connected way. So I ensure to keep it very positive and light, nothing dark. And just, yeah, it just helps to keep me grounded, really. It's good for my mental health.
Absolutely. I think, when we are connected with those energies, you know what I mean? It's all about helping us and try to understand why we are here, and again, helping people and try to, figure out things that sometimes we cannot figure out by ourselves. You need some help, or you need some assistance, or you need something, that can somehow guide us. That's how I see it.
Absolutely. I agree.
Next question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you're younger?
Since I was younger?
Yeah, your priorities.
Yes, I would say I have become more selfish with my own time. And I think when I was younger, I would people please a lot and I would do things to make other people happy. I still struggle with that a little bit sometimes, but I feel that I'm more grounded in saying no. I think it's important to have healthy boundaries, not only to protect yourself, but so that you're able to be there for others, because you've got more to give and more to offer. So I'd say I've got healthier boundaries. So yeah.
What's your star sign, astrology?
My star sign is Virgo, but I do feel like I've got a bit of Leo as well because I'm on the cusp. So my birthday is August the 30th. So I'm like kind of like in Leo, but also Virgo.
Very soon for a birthday. Yeah. Do you like celebrating birthdays?
Not usually. I don't normally like the attention on my birthdays, but I do feel that turning older is a reason to celebrate, and I'm proud to get older. I think not a lot of people are able to reach the next age, so I see it as a reason to celebrate now. Absolutely.
Aging for you, it's something that bothers you, you just see a matter of life?
It's not something that bothers me at all. And if anything, I feel the older I get, the better my life becomes. And I've become wiser. And I'm grateful to be alive, really. So
amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes, but before the next one, tell me a little bit more about your master degrees that you are taking right now.
The degree that I'll be taking is integrative psychotherapy, and it's to learn how to become, an integrated psychotherapist. So I'll learn all different parts of the craft, like CBT, humanistic, and also like mindfulness, you name it. So it'll be great, and I'll be able to open my own practice and help others through their mental health. So it's great. I'm really looking forward to it.
Amazing. Next question is, what is the nicest thing a family member has ever done for you?
To my memory and to my knowledge, I think one of the nicest things my family has ever done for me, my sister once threw me a surprise 18th birthday party. And so she got all of my close friends and family together and hired an entire venue with my ex-partner at the time. So I thought that was really lovely and very thoughtful. And she'd also made me this huge memory book of all memories up until the age of 18. So I thought it was really nice.
Oh, that's really nice. What a great idea. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was lovely.
What's the biggest difference of Andrew 18 when you were 18 years old until now, Andrew the 30th? What's the biggest difference between both of you?
So from 18 to now?
Yeah, the biggest difference.
I would say my confidence. I didn't have a lot of confidence when I was 18. I was scared to stand up on a stage. I was scared of confrontation. That's why I would people please so much. And I never in a million years thought that I would be stood up on stage 2 weeks ago talking about my status and owning the fact that I had HIV, and not only that, but speaking into a microphone as well in a very big event. So I'm very proud of the person that I've become, and I can definitely see my growth from 18 to now. But my confidence, yeah.
Do you believe that you are living your best life right now, Andrew?
I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I'm definitely proud of the person that I am, and I can go to sleep at night. Like if I left this earth tonight and that was it, I'd be very proud of what I've achieved. So yeah, I feel that I'm on the right journey, 100%.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Next question is,
Yeah.
what is one movie you could watch over and over again?
I would probably say, I can't remember what it's called, so I'm going to say this other movie, The Titanic, is my favorite movie. I know it's 3 hours long, and it is very upsetting. It makes me cry every time, but it's my absolute favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was the last time that you watched it?
Years ago, because it just makes me so sad. Like, I love it. So I have to be in the right frame of mind to watch.
I love the movie. I love it. The last time I watched, actually, I went to Canada last year, and I was on the airplane, like scrubbed some movies. When I saw Titanic, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it," and it's 3 hours, gonna go faster, and it's amazing. All the time when I watch it, I see in a different way somehow. I don't know. There's something about the movie.
Incredible, and what a great idea as well, because that would really pass the time. Totally. I'm gonna remember that next time.
It's funny because before, the first time when I watched it, of course, I was still back in Brazil, and no, I was already, I was back in Brazil. And I remember when I watched it for the very first time when I was living in England, where I could understand more about the British accent. And when Rose was talking, I was like, oh my God, she's so English, very posh, isn't it? Very posh, and the way she talks, it's just amazing.
Oh my God, I love that.
Ready for the last question?
Okay, let's go.
Last one. But before the last question, people watch this interview right now. Maybe they are struggling a little bit regarding HIV. Maybe they don't have much information. They are a bit lost, or maybe they don't have much information. Or what would be your best piece of advice for those people? Maybe they are scared about, HIV. And the second part of the question is, in your opinion, what's the biggest stigma that people still have regarding HIV?
So to answer your first question, I would say if you're living in the UK, definitely go through George House Trust or Terence Higgins Trust. They're very knowledgeable around HIV. And you can also speak to your health practitioner. You could go to the GP. There are people that are available that you can speak to. And if it's in a different country, I would go through the healthcare practitioners that you have there and seek some advice. But there's also people on social media like myself who are living with HIV that you can also speak to. So I'd maybe have a little look at some platforms and check that out. But the biggest stigma and stereotype around HIV is that probably that you can transmit the virus through kissing or through sharing the same toilet seat or through sweat, things like that. And that's completely untrue. It's only transmitted through blood, semen, breast milk, types of things, but it's very difficult to transmit it when you are undetectable as well. So that's what I would say. Again, going back to the U equals U, so undetectable equals untransmittable.
Yeah, I think nowadays there are still stigmas, but at the same time as well, I believe that the information is more exposed right there. You know Absolutely. What I mean? I think it's people like you always talking about that and educating people. Not just that, it's funny because when I go to work, when I go to take the bus, there's always some advertisement about PrEP, about things that can protect you. And nowadays it became something very let's say understandable, because people, they can understand more. The information is more exposed now there. People, they are more educated, more let's say they see HIV in a different way now. It's still a lot, you know what I mean? It's still a lot to explain and to learn. But at the same time as well, I think nowadays, the information is out there, and it's more understanding now.
Absolutely. And I think the more that people come out and show that it's okay and it's nothing to fear,
Yeah,
the better that it will become. But it just takes a lot of bravery and a lot of understanding and education around HIV.
absolutely.
So yeah, it's really important. But I appreciate you taking the time to have this chat with me tonight, and for acknowledging the work that I'm doing at the minute. I really appreciate it. I love
Absolutely.
the energy as well. It's really nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And I think it's, as I said at the beginning of the interview, it's very inspiring to see people brave, when they can expose their private life, and at the same time as well, they are helping people, and people appreciate that, because sometimes you never know which people can reach through your videos on TikTok or Instagram or other platforms, because sometimes people, they are feeling lonely. They think maybe they are just the only person living with that, and suddenly when they see someone very happy and open and talking about that, they go like, oh my god, I'm not alone out
Yeah,
there. You know what I mean? I think you never know the power of, social media can go very far, and people can appreciate that for sure. That's how, man.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Last question is, if you won
Okay.
the lottery, what would be your first big splurge?
Ooh. I would probably buy myself a house,
Hmm.
uh, just to give myself some stability.
Yeah.
And I would buy that in the UK actually. I don't know where uh, exactly, but I would buy myself a home and just pay off the mortgage straight away. But I wouldn't get a mansion or anything like that. I'd just get like a normal, comfortable home. Yeah.
All right. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Okay.
One word for money.
Um, Fish,
Okay. Family.
family, dogs,
Oh, fear.
ew,
Life.
beautiful,
Love.
passion,
Religion.
scary,
Sex.
incredible,
Politics.
hate,
Friendship.
beautiful,
Desire.
wonderful,
Regret.
no time,
Okay. Success.
powerful,
Wish.
dream,
Happiness.
achievable,
What's the name of your city again, your town?
Wigan,
One word for Wigan.
proud,
One word for England.
royal,
I like that.
yeah,
One word for the royal family then.
hierarchy,
Wow. And the last one now, HIV advocate. One word.
one word, powerful,
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely sister for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Andrew in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
positive word, she would say smart, very
Okay.
clever. A negative word, she would say very critical.
All right. Let's play now Andrew and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Andrew.
Okay, what is a goal of yours that you've not yet achieved but would like to achieve in
What a
your
great,
life?
what a great question. Wow. All right, it's going to be about my channel, of course. I think one of the goals that I would love to achieve one day with my channel, it's about, getting in a bigger proportion, and where I can, I would like to be able to meet in person. I had over 1,000 interviews on the show so far, people around the globe, and I can't wait for one day to, like the Will and the Magic Box World Tour, go around the world and meet those amazing people, have a chat one-to-one, and see the world in a different way, and connect with people. I think that's the biggest goal of the Magic Box one day, and I can't wait one day to be there, to be able to meet everyone, have like so many, I heard so many stories, I've heard so many situations here, and I can't wait to be able one day to meet those people, my guests here on the show, include yourself, and and be able to connect more with them and share more stories and connect with more people around the globe. So that's one of the biggest goals.
Amazing. For sure. I love that. I think that would be incredible, and I think you will definitely achieve that.
Can't wait, fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you enjoy the interview, Andrew?
What, sorry?
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see how it comes out and how you put it all together.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much again for being so sweet and so kind. And once again, thanks so much for being so able to, to express, a lot of information out there that's helping people. I think it's great what you're doing. Thanks so much. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
A positive message?
Yeah.
I would say keep going and don't give up, because you don't know what's around the corner, and you haven't gone through all of those difficult times to just end it there. So
absolutely. Enjoy your evening. Take care.
Okay. Take care.
Good night. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.